What's the fourth string running back's name?
Johnny White.
Johnny White. I wasn't even close.
What did you think?
I said Reggie White.
You said Reggie White.
Oh.
Welcome to another Buffalo Bills pregame. Week 4, we're facing the New England Patriots, coming off a big win over the Cleveland Browns.
Big.
And it resulted in one topic suggestion for this week's show. We're giving away $100 free. All you have to do is sign up for a free YouTube account and comment below with a question for us to discuss next week, and you are in to win $100. Not hard to do. You'd be ashamed of yourself for not entering. It's the same 4 people every week, and we want to share this money. So, besides an apathetic crowd for Buffalo Bills pregame audience, on to the top story of the week. Fred Jackson, C.J. Spiller, both injured against a team that we would like to be full strength for, the New England Patriots. How do you think missing our 1 and 2 running backs affects the Buffalo Bills offense this week?
Well, I mean, we're going to have to plan for a Chard choice. I mean, Fred Jackson is probably going to play. He's about 75% or so chance of playing, so that's a good thing. I think the bigger story, though, is the fact that the Patriots lost yesterday, or Sunday, I mean, and they're 1 and 2 coming into the game. We're 2 and 1. The Bills are better than the Patriots on paper. That's right. But I don't see them going 1 and 3, and I think that's a huge story coming into this.
It's the first time since the Bills beat the Patriots in 2003, the opening week, that the Patriots have had a losing record. You're talking about a decade almost plus with them not having a losing record. So I don't know if it's good news or bad news for us.
Well, I mean, the epic question here is, has the tyrants finally fallen? Are they done? But
Belichick, the lead tyrant, some post-game antics, chasing down referees because of a call. He wanted a chance to review the field goal, possibly justifiably so, but going as far as putting his hands on a referee. Do you think he'll be fined for his actions today or last night?
First off, I think that they're making way too big of a deal of Belichick touching the guy's arm. Who cares? Really? But there is a rule in place that says you can't do that. So he should be treated like everyone else and fined accordingly, and given how the Patriots are, they should really get fined just in general. So, will it happen? I hope it should. They're talking about it, but if it doesn't, I won't be surprised.
On to the offensive breakdown. We've had some trouble going up against the Patriots defense in the past. What does the plan of attack have to be to continue the offensive success the past 2 weeks? Based
on the defense of the Patriots, we have to go in with a plan of running the ball, even though it's the Chard choice. Fred Jackson will most likely be there, 75% chance, like I said before, but we have to plan on that due to what Ray Rice did against them on Sunday night. I don't think they're going to respect our pass, so we do have to have some good spread formation packages in. Particularly, we got to target their rookies, Dante Hightower, Chandler Jones. They're new. Their smarts aren't quite there yet. They're good for pressure, but other than that, if we get them out there in the flats, Scott Chandler needs to step up and do some stuff there. Tashard Choice had the second most productive game of his career last week against the Browns. Johnny White, the 4th string back for the Bills, had some impressive looking runs against an incredible offensive line. The offensive line has only allowed 1 sack so far this season, and I believe on an argument of physics that fumble could no way possibly be a fumble. I won't give you that.
That sack shouldn't have even counted. So despite incredible offensive line play, Fitzpatrick has looked terrible. This past week against the Cleveland Browns, he was missing throws. He was leading receivers over the middle to be, for big hits against them. They were dropping balls because of all the hits they were taking against the secondary. And he had a good game if what you expect from a quarterback in the NFL is absolute mediocrity.
Okay, look. He missed 13 throws. He made 20-something. That's really good numbers. He also, half of them weren't even his fault. There were so many drops, especially by Stevie, where he hit him in the hands. So Fitz is not to blame for his play. He played bad in the first game. I will give you that. Second game, not so much either. This game, though, was good. He played good this game, and you got to give credit when credit's due. Fitz played good.
He's standing behind a brick wall with all the time in the world and still
But
not
if his
making
receivers
throws
drops the balls, it's not his fault.
Still not making throws.
It's
Professional
not his fault
quarterback
that people
needs to
can't drop the ball.
On to the defensive side of the ball. What is the formula for stopping the Patriots offense? What do we have to do to keep them below 40, 50 points? I mean, they've scored a lot on us in the past.
Here's the problem. Here's our major problem. We still have not figured out how to pass defend. The only reason we beat the Browns, and this is the sad part, their receivers dropped the ball, and the rain wasn't that bad. Josh Cribbs hit his hands, and Brandon Whedon couldn't throw it any better than he could have. Patriots aren't going to screw that up. Wes Welker, Julian Edelman, Brandon Lloyd, even though he's not part of the formula yet, they're going to catch the ball.
Last night he looked like he was part of the formula. They were including him a lot.
Okay, fair enough. But either way, I mean, that's because Edelman got hurt, I think. But either way, they're going to do really well. And I'm not really sure what the formula is. I think the one thing I saw in the Ravens game, the crowd noise was ecstatic.
And vulgar at times.
And very vulgar. We need to do that. The Bills, and we can do that. The Bills crowd has to make sure Brady can't be heard at all. And speaking of crybaby McDivers, we need to pressure him. Get him on the ground.
I think for the first time in Brady's career, the Buffalo Bills have a legitimate four-man running offense. There are four-man rushing defense that can get pressure on the quarterback. I think that for the first time, we have a legitimate chance of with being able to keep seven-man in coverage, getting a rush on Brady and getting him on the ground, because that's when he gets frustrated. He doesn't like having to get knocked down and get back up again, and he likes to cry about it. So let's get him complaining about it, get the crowd in his head. We've had trouble stopping the tight ends. Gronkowski always loves to play a good game here.
Yeah.
I know for a fact that several of his ex-girlfriends will be in the crowd cheering him on, and we have to look for that.
And that's sad if his exes are cheering back.
Winslow may not be a huge step down from Hernandez, so we still have to worry about those 7 down lineman fronts that the Patriots can pass out of successfully. But that QB pressure is very important because the defensive backs did not look good. Aaron Williams took advantage of some poor quarterback play by Whedon, and he looked very good as a result, but I don't think he's as good as his performance has shown these past couple weeks.
Yeah, they got to tackle too, just real quickly to add. They got to hit hard. That's what another thing the Ravens did. They punished those receivers who caught those balls last night, and that's what Arizona did too. We got to make them sorry that they ever even did anything on us.
On to the topic of discussion tonight, recommended by one of our faithful watchers. Please, everyone, be sure to make your topic of suggestion your chance to win $100, and the chance to win $100 this week goes to the question: after 3 weeks of play, does it look like Stephon Gilmore is worth a first-round pick?
He's missed some big plays. There's been a few where his number should have been called, and that one play during the game where he barely started to step in and went on the outside. Gilmore should have been on that. But the point, I go back to the draft on this. Who else were we going to pick at that pick? So,
I mean, looking at pressing needs in other places, both sides of the line are really shored up. I don't think there was a whole lot of value in terms of skill players that we could have picked up at that position.
Exactly.
So, I mean, if anything else by attrition, we'll take it at this point. Yeah. We need as much help as we can in the defensive back.
Yeah, the only other pick was Michael Floyd, but I haven't really heard much of him yet. So,
keys to the game. What are the 2 things that you need to do to isolate?
That's right. I'm going with 2 keys this week. I'm going a little off the charts because I'm doing
1A
keys.
and 1B.
Yeah, because there should be 2 analysts here, but it's just me. So I'm going to do 2 keys. My first key of the game is crowd noise. Like I mentioned before, we got to be loud and crazy and disrupt everything that they need to do. Another thing we need to do is another key, a possible key, and this is kind of the second one, is Fred Jackson. He will definitely make the difference one way or another with the running game. If it's just a charge choice, we're going to have some major issues. But if Fred Jackson's there, we might actually have a chance to win this thing.
I think the Bills need to keep on running the ball to stay successful. We have that incredible offensive line, and apparently anyone who runs the ball behind them can do well. Fitzpatrick has run the ball effectively. I like how he's not using the QB dive at all. He's going out there and trying to see if we can get other quarterbacks in who can do better. Who do you have to win this game, Jared? Your pick of the week.
My pick of the week, I just don't see the Patriots being 1-3. I want to. I don't think the tires have fallen quite yet. I'm gonna go with the Patriots, 31-24. They got to get their 31 points in.
As the only member of the Buffalo Bills pregame family who's correctly chosen every single game of this so far this season, yes? No? I think so.
Yeah, you okay, fine.
I'm going to say we're going to lose this game. It's going to be closer than people think. I'm going to go 27-24 Patriots. And on to the 49ers in San Francisco next week.
Yeah, well, they fell against the Vikings, so they have some weaknesses. It should be a good game. We might actually win it.
Go Bills.